Yo,
Yo,
what's good?
nothing much. Just chilling.
Oh man, what's up?
You feeling okay?
Yeah, it's allergy. Those allergy pills is yo. I
Trust me,
overslept. I overslept when I took the allergy pills this morning.
trust me. I understand. Trust me. Trust.
Yeah.
What's up, Ronnie, Q,
What up?
Christian?
What's good?
Literally gotta watch a lot of Batman movies tonight.
Oh man, that's gonna be great. What do you think about the unfortunate Alec Baldwin situation?
Oh, you mean the whole plot gun shit?
Yeah. No, Q is asking that question. What do you think about it?
I just find it crazy how you were just talking about the crow, and
Mm-hmm.
that shit literally just happened.
Right? The irony in that.
Right, and it's crazy too because I was reading up on it,
Mm,
and they said it was like pretty much somebody left some bullet in the prop gun by accident or some shit like that.
right.
But my question is, why would you play around with the prop? I don't know if he was playing around with it, but
Mm-hmm.
see, that's why I don't want to put the blame on anybody right now because the story is still developing. So
That I think that might change the way that they shoot films and stuff from now on.
I'm saying,
You know.
yeah, they're saying Alec Baldwin was crying like crazy.
Wow. The ghost of Brandon Lee.
Like, cause literally the day after we did this review, I
Yep.
woke up and this shit happened. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow. It's crazy. And that hasn't happened since the Brandon Lee thing, right?
As far as I know,
Right.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I was like, I would do it tonight too, but I was like, you know what? I do have to do my thesis tonight and watch these Batman movies. So
Right.
I was like, we can knock it out. It's not even
Yeah.
that long of an album anyway.
Right.
So 14 tracks, yeah, we can knock it out.
Yep.
Cause I didn't even take no notes on it. I was listening to this album when I was driving around,
Right.
and for the most part, I remember a lot of the songs too. So it's just like we can.
So
Yeah. And I
what are
can't
your
wait. Oh, go ahead.
Ronnie said, what are your thoughts on I saw that the Raekwon ice cream bar.
That's dope.
But it's like vegan. It's like a vegan,
Oh, for real?
yeah, it's like vegan vanilla or something like that.
That's still good because vegan ice cream is
It's
popular
good.
as fuck.
I
Yeah.
never tried it. Vegan ice
Actually,
cream.
I tried a vegan ice cream one time. It's not that bad.
Right.
Speaking of vegan, I
Mm.
was trying to Uber and I was trying to find a vegan restaurant, and I was just like, you know what, fuck this, because I'm not wasting my gas for no vegan restaurant.
Mm.
They had like right behind the UPS warehouse, but it was like one of them low key places you have to knock. But I was like,
Right.
yeah, and it was like a $6 order. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was saying, man, I'm trying to get that Eve album. That's the Eve album and shit like that. Hopefully around the
Mm.
time my birthday comes.
Oh, Scorpion.
No, 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 no. Rhapsody Eve album.
Oh, okay.
I want
Have
to
you
say
have you tried green tea? I had a green iced tea, but not like the green hot tea. You know.
yeah, I love green tea, man. That's
Yeah.
my shit.
Arizona, they got good green tea.
You talking about the drink right
The
here,
the
isn't it?
drink, yeah, the drink Arizona, not not the actual place.
No, I was just checking.
Mm. Yeah, Arizona, they got good iced tea. The company, good green tea.
So Wale dropped his new album.
Yeah, I didn't hear it yet. Is it good?
Like I said, I haven't heard it yet either.
I'm scared to watch to check it out because his I haven't liked anything he dropped on MMG. So except for Ambition and some tracks from The Gifted, but his other shit, I'm like, I ain't like none of that other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, man. I don't know. Wale is just I don't know. He just should never sign to Maybach.
Yeah, I remember the Folarin mixtape was dope, but I didn't know he was doing a sequel. I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah, like I said, there's not really been like a lot of albums that's really been grabbing my attention like that this year.
Right.
Well, starting about 5 more minutes. Trying to see who drops some new music. Everyone's making TikTok music. Oh, Conway dropped his new album.
Did
Dropped
he?
it.
He dropped a new album?
That's what I'm seeing. Let me double check.
I didn't see.
Oh yeah, actually didn't come out yet. Fuck it. Damn you, Hip Hop DX. Okay.
Right. Do you like Adele? Yeah, Adele is a dope singer.
I can't stand Adele.
You don't like Adele? You don't like Adele?
No.
There was some video that they showed that when Kid Cudi was at the Lakers game recently, and that's like the first time he met Adele. Adele was there, and like
Oh
she
wow.
came up, she came over to courtside to say hi to him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like Kid Cudi and Adele collab coming soon, I guess.
Oh god. I'm not even the biggest Kid Cudi fan like that.
Right. He's an acquired taste. I like some of his albums, not everything he did.
I know Fetty Wap came back.
Freddie Wap. He's still around.
I'm surprised too.
What rock they dug him up from?
I say, hey, what's up, hello?
Where's one eye? Oh man.
Well, I remember when that nigga first came out,
Mm,
everybody was doing that song and shit like that.
God. He need a patch. That's what he need.
I mean, Slick Rick already got
Yeah,
one.
exactly. And he's a legend. Be wear a patch like Slick, you might be a legend too.
I mean, Megan Thee Stallion got a new album coming out called Something for the Hotties.
Oh wow. When's that dropping? November?
Let me look. I think with this one's like some unreleased shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's coming October 29th.
Just in
And
time for Halloween for the shotties and shit.
like she's all dressed up like a devil and shit with the ass showing.
Right. Right. Of course. Gotta have the ass on there.
Like I said, nothing really popped my eye, man. I'm just like, what hip hop? What is hip hop doing? It's like we already had good albums like Yo or Die 2, King
Right.
Disease 2.
Facts. What is going on
I
with
don't,
hip hop?
I don't care about Big Pun.
Hip hop, please save us. Conway, please save us. Crazy shit going on.
Yeah, I know next week there's gonna Meek Jenkins is dropping the Elephant in the Room album.
He's still around?
Yeah,
Wow. Mick
like I said,
Jenkins,
these niggas
wow.
just don't get marketed and promoted and shit.
Crazy.
Alright, fuck this. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Yes, let's go.
Alright, what's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely Saturday afternoon? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
And today we are going to talk about Rapsody Laila's Wisdom album. This is her second studio album. Her first album released with Rock Nation, which I'm gonna get into that in a minute. This was released on September 22nd, 2017 on Jamla under Rock Nation. Producers include Ninth Wonder, Eric G, Cash Don't Make Beats, Crisis, and Knots. It's no singles from what I'm seeing.
I
Cause
think
like I said,
Chrome and Uwe and she had a couple of videos. I don't know if they're like official
yeah,
singles though.
yeah, cause I know some songs came from an independent album, like I think Sassy.
Yeah, Sassy
Came,
was good.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to look just in case. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with what you said. And then guest appearances, you have a couple like Kendrick, Leia Skywalker, Anderson Paak, Black Thought, Moonchild, BJ the Chicago Kid, Busta, Music Soulchild, Grenburn, Terrence Martin, and Amber Navin. All right. So how did you get into Rap City?
I got into Rhapsody in 2010 with the Return of the Return of the B Girl album, the mixtape and the Thank Her Now mixtape, and I thought she was dope. I was hearing like a lot of stuff about her on the internet, and I'm like, yo, this chick could really, she really had bars and but she wasn't getting like a lot of publicity at that time. So um, I want to, I forgot what album I heard her on. I heard her on somebody's album, and
Kendrick?
huh?
Was it Kendrick's?
Which Kendrick album she was on again?
Pimp a Butterfly.
It was that, yeah. I heard her on that, and then that's when she started like garner more attention, and I just thought she was dope, and I saw like a segment like a little documentary she did where she was like back in her home North Carolina with her mom, and she was talking about like how she grew up and what she was listening to, and I've always thought she's been like a dope MC, like, especially for this era now, and we don't have too many like female rappers that are like that's on her level, and you know you had like Ninth Wonder and Crisis and the whole like Soul Council doing her production, and I've always loved Ninth Wonder's stuff, and you know um she started to gain more attention with every album, and with this album and the Eve album, and the every project she did I was checking for it. So I definitely feel like she's like one of the best out, you know what I'm saying, and it's good to see that she's getting the recognition now, and so that was like my introduction to her, just checking out her mixtapes and then like seeing her like rise to fame now.
Yeah, very dope, very dope. Yeah, my introduction to Rap City. mm, I first heard her when it came to the Kendrick album,
Like,
but at the same time, I knew of her because she was working with Ninth Wonder, and
mhm.
at that time, Ninth Wonder was teaching at my school
Oh shit,
and stuff like that too. And so he mentioned Rap City, and I actually met her a few times too, believe it
yo,
or not.
that's what's up.
Yeah, man, very dope artist, very dope person. You know what I'm saying? I heard the independent albums, and I've heard those before I heard this one, which
Mhm.
Those ones were pretty good, which I'll get into my thoughts into those. But
Right.
I felt like with this one, it was like my full on introduction to like what she represents
Hmm.
and stuff like that too. So definitely can't wait to talk about this one.
Yeah.
Um, let's get started. Rhapsody. For those who don't know, she is an MC from Snow Hill, North Carolina. You know, she was born there. Pretty much she went to like NC State. You know, she's always loved hip hop growing
Right.
up, and she joined this hip hop collective called H2O. And while she was there, she actually met producer Ninth Wonder. This was back in '04, right around the time when he was doing Little Brother. And she made her first appearance on Wax on his sophomore album, The Dream Merchant Volume 2. Like, where she just pretty much just freestyle over some beat that Ninth Wonder had.
Right.
And then pretty much she got her mixtape, The Return of the B Girl, released in 2010. And so, you know, that was highly acclaimed, it was critically acclaimed, you know, got her a lot of feedback and shit. And next thing you know, she released it for everything back in 2011, which that was another dope track too,
Yeah.
and No Dope One and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think a couple of them tracks appeared on the Layla's Wisdom joint too, so that pretty much explains it. And so she had later on signed to Jay Z's Rock Nation, while at the same time she was still signed to the Jam Lab Records too, which was Ninth Wonder's label and stuff too. Um, yeah, man, very dope. And so that's when this album came out. And oh, I forgot one thing. 2012, the idea of Beautiful, that was actually her independent debut on Jamla Records and stuff like that too. Which
Right.
again, that was a very dope one and stuff like that. I think some of the night's best beats was on that one, in my opinion. And so that's when 5 years later, this album came out. Um, yeah, man, dope album cover and shit like that. Um, yeah, man, just had that little girl with flowers and shit like that. Was not expecting that. Or just have some pictures of Rhapsody. Alrighty, the album got 14 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number one is the title track, Layla's Wisdom. Very dope song. Um, Layla, I want to say like this song is pretty much like a tribute to her grandmother, Layla,
Right.
and just talking about like the shit that she learned from her grandmother about empowerment, just about never losing yourself, like never losing yourself and shit like that. I love this beat by Knots. It uses the Aretha Franklin Young Gifted and Black sample, which Primo used that sample before for the Yes Y'all track for Heavy D and the Boys and
Right.
shit too. So
Yeah.
this was a very hot joint. I like it.
Yeah. This was a dope joint off the bat. Nice beat and pianos. The bass line was hitting. You got Rhapsody saying, "God rested on the seventh day and worked on me on day four. I cracked the case closed. It's no longer safe for you all. Cujo's still the scariest of all the dogs." I like that little reference she made to like the Cujo, Stephen King's movie. That was dope.
Yeah, very dope and shit. I love that. And so now we're gonna get into track number two, Power. This one featured Kendrick Lamar and Lance Skywalker. Love this track again
Yeah.
too. Both Kendrick and Rhapsody, they have like a good relationship and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I love their collaboration they did on Pimp Buddy like Complexion Single Love,
Yeah.
which I'm gonna be real. I feel like that verse really broke it out, like broke it out more and shit like that. Because
Right.
Pimp Butterfly alone was just
Crazy.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this track right here, very nice track. Just talking about them, you know, talking about how to hold power and stuff like that. It's talking about how people use it for their own gain.
Right.
like racially and shit too. So yeah, this is a very dope joint. Love the line when Kendrick said my second LP had real niggas on POTUS lawn. My seven my seven trophies that my granny's in heaven's arm. I'm in Jamaica like Wagwan. My feet are out, my hair's long, and my patois coming from my mouth like very very hot line and shit. I love
Mm.
that.
Now, there's a couple lines that she said on here, and I don't know if she took a shot at Andre at Big Boy, where
Big boy.
yeah, where she said bombs over Baghdad, tap a flag to brag about. Don't make you a big boy because you got a nice stack.
Oh shit.
Was that a shot of? Does she have any beef with Outkast? Because I never heard of any beef
Never
with her
heard
and Big
either.
Boy. You know what I'm saying? And that's in the video too. Like the video for this too. Then I'm like I never heard. It sounded like she took a shot at Big Boy, but I thought the track was dope and Kendrick's verse was dope as well. Nice beat.
Yeah, man. I'm on Rap Genius right now and shit.
Hmm.
I think she talks about that line.
Okay.
Hold on.
Q said some people say Pimp a Butterfly is overrated. I totally disagree.
I disagree with that too. And yeah, she just used it to big up Outkast.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I mean, because you like people hearing that they might take that the wrong way. Like, oh, she's talking about Big Boy in that.
they just want to be. That's all I say. But yeah, Pimp Butterfly is not overrated.
No,
Not overrated by any means.
no,
If Drake did a whole album like Pimp Butterfly, that would have been more. People would talk about it more. But you know what?
right?
They won't be calling it overrated with them. But I mean, that's all I gotta say. Anyway, well, what's up, Vinyl and Kick? I didn't
It's
see
good.
you.
Moonflower.
Yeah, the Moonflower was the first one here and shit. Yeah. So now we're gonna get to Chrome like ooh. Um, this one was okay and stuff like that. I didn't really like the beat to be real with you, but
Mm.
it was alright. Like
There-
it was,
There's some issues I have with some of these beats on here on this
yeah,
album,
yeah,
and I love Ninth Wonder, but this he have to know when and when not to do a beat switch on some of these tracks that he has that, and I had an issue with that. But Chrome was cool. It was a nice beat. There's a video for this also, and did we lose Reg? Or am I tripping? Is he frozen? I think he's frozen. Wait till he come back. Yeah, To Pimp a Butterfly is great, man. They bugging. Okay, that's a great album though. Okay then, great album. I love it. They bugging when they say that shit is overrated, man. That was like the to me it was like his version of Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Like it was real soulful and a lot of great tracks in there. He had his features, but they didn't get overshadowed by the features though. Yeah, it's definitely a great album. That's probably his best one. I don't know how people feel about Damn and Good Kid, Mad City. I think those were great too.
sorry, my Wi-Fi.
Okay, okay. I thought I was tripping. I'm like, is Red frozen?
Yeah, you know how every time I do a review, my Wi-Fi all of a sudden wants to act up. But if I'm trying to do anything I really don't want to do, that's
Right,
when the shit wants to work.
right.
It's like when I don't want to talk to anybody on the phone, that's
Hmm.
when my phone wants to work. But if I wanted to do other shit, My
Hmm.
phone wants to act up, but I just don't like people. Yeah, man. So yeah, you said like a
Oh
lot.
yeah, yeah. Like to me, like so, like some of the beats I had an issue with on this
Right.
album. I love Ninth Wonder, but he has a tendency to do like a beat switch
Yeah,
in the middle of a track, and it's not really needed. And there's some beats on here that sounds repetitive.
I
Like
agree.
he just used like the same drum patterns. I'm like, this is Ninth Wonder. Ninth Wonder has many hits and many beats that he's done for many artists and R&B and rap. I'm like, why are you using some of the same beat patterns for your own artists? You know what I'm
And
saying?
yeah, I agree 100%. Like I love Ninth Wonder and
Right.
stuff like that. One of my favorite producers,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the 2000s. But I admit some of the recent shit it's been kind of in the repetitive side. That's why I kind of prefer like the production on Eve more
Yeah.
than on Layla's Wisdom and stuff like that too. Because I'm not saying Layla's Wisdom production is bad.
Right.
I felt like with them throwing certain tracks from the independent album,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of loses its balance a little bit. Which I'm gonna
Right.
talk more about that.
See, but he didn't produce the whole Eve album. He had put other producers from Soul Council on that with
That
him.
is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to like Sean Price, Jesus Price Superstar, like he did the majority, and then Crisis did some joints. That's why it was
Yeah,
such a great album, because he had different type of beats. He didn't do like a beat switch on none of those tracks with Sean Price.
exactly.
You know?
And I think he executive produced this album. If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that's his artist or whatever, Rhapsody.
Right.
The Chrome track was dope. There's a video for this. It's a dope song. Rhapsody saying, "Don't ever mention my name because it might end yours. I've never been lazy, but I've seen a plenty." Forest Whitaker. I thought it was nice. It was an okay track. I mean, I don't look at it like it was a single off of here, but it was okay.
Definitely. Vinyl said I felt Good Kid, Mad City is overrated.
Oh wow.
Well, I've heard that before, and I still disagree because
Mhm.
if it was overrated, it didn't win Album of the Year. So
Right. It should have. It should have though. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis albums is not better than the Good Kid, Mad City.
that is overrated.
You know what I'm saying?
People, I want to be real. I'm
Mm.
being real. I did a review on that because my friend wanted me to.
Oh, on the heist?
Yeah, that's like
Oh, I didn't know that.
one of my first.
I have that album too. I actually have that Michael Moore and Ryan Lewis album.
Yeah, it's not my kind of music I would bump to.
Right.
I mean, I say if you guys like that kind of music, that kind of
Hmm.
hip hop, then that's perfect for y'all. But
Right.
good, they knew what they were doing. That's all I
Of
got.
course, that's a commercial album. When you hear it, that's a commercial album.
Even Malcolm Moore said that Good Kid, Mad City should definitely won that.
Yes, definitely. And that
And
that year when they got nominated, like the Grammys made sure the show was all about them.
uh,
They made sure they about it. Like all their performances, they made up like, yeah, this is all about. They focused on Malcolm and Ryan Lewis for that year.
right. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that in the conversation for another day. So now we're gonna get into Pay Up. This is one that I like. I like Pay Up. Love that beat. It was pretty much just talking about how both male and females can be gold diggers and stuff like that too. Love that track. Love that beat and shit like that. So yeah.
It was a nice beat. I didn't care for the singing on it though. I
Okay.
didn't I didn't care for the singing on it, but the beat was cool. It was dope.
Yeah, man. Definitely a very dope song. So now we're gonna get into Riding. Ooh, a contender for my favorite song, featuring the very underrated GQ. If I'm not mistaken, that's the same GQ that collaborated with Kanye.
Oh, that's him.
Let me double check. Hold on, let me double check. There was a song "Drive Slow."
That
Let
wasn't
me-
GLC. Wasn't he on that?
That was yeah, you're right. That was GL. Never
GLC.
mind. I'm tripping. I am tripping. All these GQ, GLC, whatever. Yeah, but this one was a very cool joint. Like you can ride to
Right.
and stuff like that. Just like another like a vibe, like smoking kind of joint, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this was a very funny, fun joint. I like it. One of my favorites.
Yes, yeah, this was a dope beat, real soulful track. And you got Rhapsody saying this nigga, that nigga, don't matter if they holler. You let them in, the next thing you got another baby dada. And I like the verse where she like talking about for the women and GQ. I don't know GQ. I didn't really care for him on the track, but I think the track was dope. Ebro was good.
What's up? I never seen him before. What's up?
I think that's the same Ebro I know. I'm guessing that's the same one I know.
Oh, cool. Ouch. So you say you didn't care for GQ?
Nah, I didn't. I never heard of him. Who is he? Was he like stuff featured on stuff before?
I think now thinking about, I think he's like a Jamla Records affiliate.
Oh,
'Cause I
okay.
thought it was GLC. I thought it was
Right,
that dude, but
right.
I got
What happened to
confused.
him? GLC.
I have no idea.
Okay, Boombox was good. I know who he is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Hope you can come back anytime and stuff. Now we're gonna get into sassy. Like the message, I didn't really
Yeah.
care for the beat like that.
Right.
Because the beat was a bit, I don't know. I felt like the beat was a bit too lighthearted for a song like this, but I
It,
felt like I knew what it was trying to
it's
do.
like some go go. It sounds like some retro go go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but like I said, I like the message of the song.
Right.
It was based off Maya Angelou's "Still I Rise" poem. Rest in peace, Maya Angelou, by the way.
Yeah.
I love the messages talking about black women, to still rise and whatnot, and how one shouldn't really consider themselves ugly, shit like that. I
Mhm.
respected that.
Right.
The beat to me it didn't really fit because it was just like it felt like something I can see Khalees on.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
because I
This
feel like
it sounded too commercial for this album.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, I like the song though. I like it. Just
Right.
didn't like the beat.
Yeah. This has a video also for the track, and I don't know. I just felt like she was going for a mainstream play with this song. I'm like, this is not Rhapsody. But
Yeah,
I think she was trying to do different things, and being that Rock Nation was behind this album, so
good point.
yeah.
And like, yeah, man, because it was just like I don't know, man. It's just like because Rock Nation sometimes they want to like they push the audience to have like a younger demographic with some of the artists,
Right.
but
Right.
that why do you think like most artists get their management from them or
Mhm.
distribution from them? They don't really want to
Yeah.
sign that to them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Right.
what was that one artist? It was one artist who signed that, and she didn't really drop nothing.
Rita Ora.
Yeah,
But
her
she signed a 6 album deal, and then she wanted out, and she was like suing Jay-Z to get out the deal.
6 album deal.
Yeah.
Shit, that's when motherfuckers just read their fucking contracts. Man. I'm telling you.
Right.
Because like I said,
I never liked that. Like I listened to Rita Ora's album. She reminded me of Rihanna.
that's what everyone says. She's like a,
Mhm. Yeah.
Rihanna light. That's
Mhm.
pretty much.
I agree.
I mean, she's beautiful. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she's gonna be memorable and shit.
No.
Like hell, I think the City Girls have more memorability than Rita Ora. I'm just gonna be real. But yeah. So now we're gonna get into Nobody, featuring Moonchild, Black Thought, and Innocent Pack. Um, like let's say like a little posse cut I fucked with this track. Innocent Pack was singing, he's on the bridge, and then Black Thought pretty much ended the song off, which this was like around the time when everybody was now rediscovering Black Thought's skill as a rapper
Right.
and shit like that too. Which don't get I fuck with Black Thought for the
Mhm.
new everything, but at the same time, it was at a point where everybody was just like, it's like, all right, we get it. Like,
Right.
but yeah, he did his thing. This is
Yeah.
a dope track.
I like his verse. Again, the beat switches I have a problem with on this. I don't feel like it was needed. And I like the first beat where Rhapsody is rhyming on, and it was a real jazzy track, and she's saying, nobody know who real or not, nobody still know who shot Biggie and Pac. I'm bothered. Pray to our Father for sins I committed. Some is don't know, nobody know how many, but we know our days are numbered. I like that first half of the track, but then I don't feel like a beat switch was needed for this track. And I
Right.
don't know, maybe Ninth Wonder felt like, okay, well, I got Black Thought coming in with his verse, and I want to switch up the tempo for it, but I don't think it was needed. But it was still a dope track just to hear Black Thought and Rhapsody collaborate.
Yeah, nah, definitely. I definitely hear your point. Like another unnecessary beat switch, but
Right.
mm. Now we're gonna get into Black and Ugly featuring BJ the Chicago Kid. Um, again, very dope track. You know, BJ the Chicago Kid is very dope singer. You know,
Yeah.
part of the whole Top Dog Entertainment.
Hmm.
Shit. Very dope track, but if I'm not mistaken, this had another beat switch, which I
Right.
didn't really care for, but
Right.
other than that, it was a very dope track.
And I like the message she have on the song, just talking about, be proud of how you look and don't change up your appearance to nobody. And and she's saying like, talking appearance ain't no diss to me, no one dissing me. I've been to hell and came back up screaming victory. And a dope beat again, but the beat switch wasn't needed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, there's a lot of these beats where it could have just been one beat, and it still would have been a great song. And for whatever reason, Night Wonder felt like I got to switch the beat up on some of these songs, and I just think that it wasn't needed.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, especially for a debut track, though,
Right,
a
right,
debut album. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Because you don't want like the producer to show off on your debut album. That's one
right,
thing you
right.
don't want to do. Next track, You Should Know, featuring Busta Rhymes. Again, one of my favorite tracks off this album. This is like one of the ninth Wonder beats where it would definitely just went all the way through.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, just Busta and Mary J. Blige pretty much just I said Mary J. Blige, a Rhapsody is declaring their love for one another. Just one of those kind of tracks where how can I put this? How can I put this? They don't like to put like the female down and shit like that. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right.
I noticed how Busta's voice got more deeper,
Hmm.
which on like some Barry White kind of shit. Which I didn't really mind that. It just kind of threw me off guard and shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It wasn't as noticeable as when Big Daddy Kane and Barry White himself tried to do that shit. But
Right.
yeah,
That I don't like the way he sounded on that though. Like, why was he whispering? He almost like he was whispering. I'm
it kind
like,
of remind. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was like, he was like saying his verse, but it was like he was like toned down Buster. I'm like, why was he? We just needed like a regular sound from Buster for that.
Like
I don't
wow,
feel like he needed. Yeah, I didn't. Well, not too rowdy, but I didn't feel like he needed to sound because it's not like a love song like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
it wasn't like what's it gonna be with Janet Jackson. So I'm like, well, why is he whispering like that? You know what I'm saying? I just think the tone of his voice for this song wasn't needed. Um, I love the sample, the Soul Therapy sample from Goody Mob.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Yes.
That was great. I love that, and beat was dope. And you got Rhapsody saying, "There's room in this game. It ain't crowded. Aiming at the top nowadays. Y'all worried about Miley Cyrus." I like that. I like those lines, and yeah, it was a dope collaboration.
Yes, I definitely would you on that. Now we're gonna get into a roller coaster you haven't called Love, featuring Glenn Bunn and Music Soul Trial. Love the sample that they use of the Tony Holy Smokes G Wiz song and shit. Pretty much like a little love song and whatnot. The title's like a play on the De La Soul track of a roller skating jam called named Saturday. Love that fucking track.
Yeah.
Very under. I never hear a lot of people mention that track. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
wow, that's a classic. I love it.
It's a classic, but maybe when their music gets added on streaming, people can recognize that song more. But
Right.
you never know. So yeah, this one was a very nice track. And I love when Rhapsody said on some Ice Cube and Nia Long. I mean, hope we don't stay upset for long. Are we there yet? On some Ice Cube and Nia Long. Seems like we are packing that his bag's about to rip it on and shit. So
Right.
pretty playful kind of song. I like it.
This was like one of her most like introspective songs about like love and relationships. And she said he's telling her man, like, I don't want things to become too routine with us. It's all right every day. We ain't got to talk that much. Just knowing I got you in my life is enough for me, and you respect me for having my individuality. Again, I like that first part of the beat, and then there's another beat switch, I didn't think that we needed another beat switch for this track, but I like the whole concept of the song. I think it was dope.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Never gonna get to "You Used to Love Me" featuring Terrence Martin. Probably my least favorite track off this album.
Right.
It might be my least favorite song off this album and shit. So, eh, yeah, I could have done without it.
Terrence Martin is dope. He's like I used to listen to like a lot of his early stuff, his mixtapes. Before he was like out there like that, and now he just blew up and working on everybody's stuff. But I actually like the collab with him, and it has like a real soulful sound to it, and you got Rhapsody saying, "I gave you everything I had, I can't give you no more." It's like there's levels to this thing, and being on the same floor, and now I feel like Florence. I gotta open the door and walk through it. I don't know when I got influence for sure. Love those lines by her, and again, it's like dealing with love and relationships, and I think a lot of people could relate to that, and she really like let herself show through these type of tracks. So I definitely enjoy this one.
Yeah, I definitely hear your point on that one. Next track, "Knock on My Door," featuring Beatrice the Chicago Kid. He returns again. Um, pretty solid track and stuff like that. Yeah, man, it's just pretty much another like romantic kind of track. She did do a little biblical references, in the first verse and shit. So I fuck with this.
Yeah, this was dope. Very soulful. Love the pianos. Nice beat. Rhapsody saying, "I know you out here like rappers trying to make good on your money. Either way, one way you gonna have to count on Black Woman." Dope track.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Definitely. Now we're gonna get into "Ooey" featuring Anderson .Paak. This one was from one of her independent albums, Crown, and stuff like that.
Right.
Like the song, don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
Did I feel like it fits on here? I can let it slide. I mean,
Right.
I feel like it could have been early on the album, in my opinion, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty solid track. I fuck with.
This
Anderson
this
.Paak.
yeah.
You say what?
Nah, go ahead, remember.
Yeah, Anderson .Paak definitely again another dope voice and shit like that. Yeah, man, I like it.
This is one of my favorites. Like it has that Anderson Pack vibe to it. It's real funky. It's real, up tempo. The beat is banging. I love the keyboards on it, the bass line. Anderson Pack on the chorus. I love his stuff. Anything that he's on, I think he just makes the song better. Whether he's singing on it or doing his little rapping thing or producing it, definitely a banger. And Rhapsody sounded dope on here. And she's saying, "I'm gonna pull up in something ignorant. I promise, just watch enough to make mama worry about them profiling cops." But dope ass track. I think there's a video for this though, right?
Yes,
Yes, definitely a dope single off of here to me, and yeah, I love it, man. Just anything with Anderson Park, I like. So
yes, definitely. And the last track off this album is called "Jesus Is Coming." Again, like another like religious kind of track and stuff like that. Nice way to end off this album. And he pretty much talks about she pretty much talking about black on black crime because I think like pretty much like in the second verse she was talking about how she was taking the kid out, but then there was like a random shots and stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
and random shots and straight bullet, and pretty much like it's pretty much just a description saying that when like black on black crime stop
Right.
and shit like that, what I'm saying. So pretty much like it, what I'm saying. Nice way to
Mm-hmm.
end off this whole album.
Right. Yeah, it had a. It's definitely a song that people could relate to now in these times, and it had like a gospel feeling to it. I love that sample. With the. I want to say it's a lady that's singing on the sample.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I like the way that Rhapsody like formed her lyrics around the sample. Like it's sometimes like went through like going through her verse, and then she might stop and then let the sample play and then continue after the sample, and she manipulated the sample to her like her liking, and she has a dope verse on there, and it was a great way to end the album off.
Yeah, very great way to end the album. All right, and that's all the time I have for this album. Overall, this is a very good album. I'm not gonna lie, but I do have some gripes about it, and it's mostly from the production.
Yeah,
I feel like Rhapsody herself did good, keeping the album entertained, but then certain beat switches kind of threw the album off, with the production. And it's like I don't mind a beat switch on an album, but as long as like
mm-hmm.
it's not just abrupt, there has to be something leading up to it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Love the themes that this album was talking about with this shit. Racism, black and black crime. Self-image. Definitely a very nice album. I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 and shit. Love this album. Must have
I
no picture.
I think it's definitely like one of her best projects. Like sort of like the retail albums, and she had some a lot of dope songs on here, and features. Again, the production for me was it was dope, but it was like a lot of beat switches wasn't needed. I think Ninth Wonder did that too often on this album. There was like a lot of the drum pattern sounded the same on certain songs, and it's like you just use the same drum pattern and just put like a different melody over it, and um I'm surprised because Ninth Wonder to me is like one of the best, and he's done so many things for different artists. I'm like, for this album, this is like her debut coming out party and Rock Nation's behind it, and you're like, messing up some of the tracks by doing that. But I still think, she has bangers. Ooey is one of my favorites. Jesus Coming, You Used to Love Me, Nobody, Layla Wisdom, the title track. It's a dope album. I'm giving it a 3.5. I think it could have without those mistakes by Ninth One. I think it could have been. I would have given it a higher rating, but I'm giving it 3.5. But to me, it's still like this and Eve is still like her best projects. Uh, when it comes to the major label stuff.
I agree.
So
All right.
Ronnie gave it 5 mics, and Q gave it 5 mics.
Okay, I like a lot of different opinions here. I like that.
Oh, Ronnie gave it 3.5. Make up your mind, Ronnie. What you doing?
All right. Well, it's 5:43. I'm gonna stand maybe about 6 o'clock.
Yeah. What do you think about somebody? Oh, Moonflower asked, what do you think about David Premier's production?
I love it.
Great. Premier's still doing it. I love it. Love his production. DJ Tim gave it a 4. Okay.
What do you think of the collaboration album David Banner Ninth Wonder did, Death of Pop Star?
I gotta hear that. I never heard that. I remember
Yeah,
when it came out, and I was like, even with that, I was like, oh wow, Ninth Wonder working with David Banner, that's different. You know,
yeah. I've heard bits and pieces before, but I never heard the whole thing.
I gotta hear that.
I actually met David Banner through Ninth Wonder too. That's
Oh
crazy
wow,
because
dope.
he came to the class
Right.
and he was talking about his album called The God Box at that time. He was just, yeah.
Nice, nice. I remember when that came out too, the God Box album.
I like that album though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely got to talk about some David Banner on this channel.
We already talked about the ice cream thing, yo. You
I
talked
don't think
about
he
the
was.
Rick
I
one.
don't think he was there
He
though.
wasn't here.
No,
So
I
who
don't
asked
think.
that question? I thought it was him.
Wait, hold on.
Somebody asked about the Raekwon ice cream bar.
Probably Q.
Oh, you asked
No,
about
Ron.
Raekwon
It
something?
was Ronnie.
Ronnie, you already asked us about that. What's wrong with you? Like, you losing your memory? What's going on here? Are they selling it in stores now, or is that like through some website?
I don't. I think it's probably through a website right now.
Yeah. If I see it at my supermarket, I'm gonna definitely try it out. You know. DJ Tim said my favorite Ninth Wonder album is The Listening. I don't. It's okay. That to me is overrated.
Whoa,
You thought The Listening was great? I
you guys
think
disagree?
The Listening I think is overrated. I think Minstrel Show
Whoa,
was better.
wow, what?
I heard The Listening. I'm like, this is not all that. The Minstrel Show is their best album.
Yeah, Mystery Show was the best album, but I
It's
was
okay.
never.
It's
about
okay.
that
You
album.
really think that's a great album? People think that's a great album?
It's to me, yeah.
Wow.
But the
Okay.
Minstrel Show is way better. But
Yes.
well, let's just say this: Little Brother's first two albums,
Hmm. That's their best stuff.
that's the best
Yeah,
stuff.
cause it was it left back, get back.
Yeah, get back.
Yeah, that's when they broke up. I like maybe a couple songs. It wasn't a great album though.
I agree.
Listening was good, but I don't think is superior to anything else they've done. I think people praise that album too much.
Well, I feel like people praise the album because of the fact that at that time, the
Mm.
whole chipmunk soul kind
Yeah,
of sounds getting popular, and then well, Little Brother from them being from the South,
right.
especially from North Carolina, you know what I'm saying? It really took a lot of people to say, "Oh wow," and shit like that. And
Mm.
then that same year,
Right,
Ninth Wonder, Ninth Wonder did Jay Z's Threat song
right.
too, which
Yeah, that
that
was great.
was
That was great.
the breakthrough. In my opinion, that was his breakthrough and shit. So
And I wanted to hear Jigga over more Ninth Wonder production, and he didn't give us that.
yeah, I agree.
Like even the instrumental albums, the Zion series that ninth drop, like that. Those are some dope instrumental albums. I don't hear anyone talk about.
Yeah, I agree on that too.
Better producer ninth or Alchemist. I'm going with Alchemist definitely.
Yeah,
Alchemist is like
Alchemist.
Alchemist is like top five for me. Favorite Ninth Wonder production. What Jay Z Threats? That's one of my favorites all time. Definitely enjoy that joint. He had Cedric the Entertainer on there, right? It was Cedric?
Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't even know that was Cedric talking on that track. He sound like ODB. Yeah.
I'm
Night,
gonna turn
night,
off. I'm gonna turn off something like this.
yeah. Like, Sean Price, Jesus Price Superstar. Classic album because of Ninth Wonder. Like, his production was great on that. Even, like, the stuff he did on Monkey Bars was fire. Heartburn, one of my favorites from him. You know, he's done so many, like, dope stuff with different artists. DJ Tim said the reason why I put listening is because my brother put me on to Ninth Wonder, and that's like the first album I bought. And oh yeah, Murs and Ninth Wonder, the For Never album was great too. That's underrated. Definitely enjoy that album with him and Murs.
Yeah, him and Murs together, man.
Yeah,
That
that Asian girl joint, fire.
yes.
Love that track. That's when he started using Fruity Loops. Oh wow. Um, Moonflowers asks, what do you think of black rappers who disapprove of the Black Lives Matter movement?
Are you talking about like with Lil Wayne or
Right.
because if it's like people saying all lives matter, then
Right.
I'm just gonna say people have their own opinions about that.
Favorite Alchemist production? Shit. Anything he did for Dilated Peoples or Griselda, you know. He's done Mob Deep, Murder Music. He did a lot of great stuff on that.
Yeah, the shit he did with murder music too. That's dope. I
Hmm.
love that
The
shit.
Realist. That's like I think that the Realist was like the first beat he did for them.
Okay. Ah, shit. I might have to. I don't know. I might have to look
Hmm.
for another video.
Another video.
Another video of Vixen. I don't know.
Oh, you have one coming up for the new one that's dropping?
Yeah, for BDE, I'm working on.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think the motherfucker is kind of
Mm.
tripping. That's all I gotta say.
Oh boy.
Cause he's talking about they can't be naked. I'm like, well, I wasn't even planning on having them naked in the first place. So
Right. Oh yeah, the Formula. That was a dope album too. Him and Buckshot.
you know what? I've actually
Hmm.
heard that album too. I only heard
Yeah.
the formula. I never heard the other one.
The Solution was okay. I think that was like the last one they did, and The one before Formula was dope too. Was it Chemistry or something like that? The
Interesting.
Chemistry or something like that. It was called. And he did one with Smith and Wesson too. He did an album with them. Well, he did two albums. The all was great. The chemist the other one he did with Smith and Wesson I heard like years ago. But the all was like that's like a classic already to me. Like that was like one of their best albums. But again, he had help on that. It was him. He had Knots on there doing stuff with them. He had Crisis doing stuff. But yeah, the all is like a great album. He did a song for Eminem. I can't remember that song he did with Eminem.
Who? Bookshop?
Ninth Wonder. You talking about? I think he's talking
Really?
about. I forgot this. I don't even know what album that's on, yo. It's probably on one of them some shitty Eminem albums.
No, I remember them. I never remember Knife on an Eminem album.
I don't know if it's on the album though. I don't know if he did it. It might have been like just like a B side joint. Nocturnal or The Shining.
Oh, don't do this.
They
Don't do
they
this.
both in my top four boot camp releases all top five all time for boot camp shit. I'm not picking it 'cause I love both of them.
Yeah.
That's their best
That's
shit.
that's one I can never choose. It depends on the time and day. I mean,
I will say that the all is their best album since The Shining though, cause their other shit I didn't care for their other albums like that. Like the
which one?
second one, Smith and Wesson, like the second album, and they had like a self-titled one in the 2000s, and I didn't care for those albums. But the all is like definitely to me their best album since The Shining.
Yeah. The all. Yeah, that was the closest they were. The Rude Awakening was cool,
Yeah,
but it was some filler there.
yeah.
The one they did in 2005, I think it was called Smith and Wesson Reloaded. That was a bit
I
better.
think that's the one that Ninth was on, the Reloaded joint.
Yeah, Nance was on that, and Pete
Yeah,
Rock, from what I remember too, because I know Pete had
right.
a joint on that too.
Yeah,
But no one talks about the shit Pete Rock did with Camp Low.
yeah. 80 Blocks and Tiffany's.
No one talks
Love
about
that.
that one.
That's a great. Well, the mixtape it's still a mixtape, right? Because I know they re-released it.
Oh please, man, Drake's albums are mixed. People treat it as like albums and shit. I mean,
No, it's great. It's a great mixtape. It was like 22, 23 tracks.
yeah,
That's like their best project to me since their first album.
I agree.
Like I
Where's
skipped
that-
over their other stuff after the first album.
Well, yeah, the second album from Camp
Hmm.
Low, I mean, was
It was alright.
okay.
Hmm.
It's like I don't know. Why I don't know. They just need like ski on the beats
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean,
Hmm.
the one they dropped in I think it was like '07 because it was like every 5 years they dropped an album.
Right.
I didn't really like the one from '07 like that.
Yeah. Yeah. 80 Blocks and Tiffany's like both volume one and volume two was great. So.
Yeah, and it's like even with Camp Low, I like them, but I've never really
Hmm.
been like a diehard fan of them like that.
Right.
And like Uptown Saturday Night Alone, that's a classic and shit like that.
I already saw Conflicted. Didn't we do a review on that movie?
Unfortunately, we did.
Yes, we already talked about that movie, Ronnie. Where you was
I,
at?
I did not like that movie.
We
That
did
was
that months ago. Where you was at?
months ago. I did not like that movie.
And
I
I saw it
forgot,
on there.
I forgot about that movie too.
It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Amazon too. So
I think I
oh
watched it on one of the Fire Stick website. I think I watched
yes, yeah, they have it on there too. I mean,
it.
that movie was not great.
It was not. I was just like
No,
y'all. I was just like y'all could have done so much. Y'all could have even dropped some videos from Supreme Buy and
right,
Tell. But
right.
y'all work on this shit. And I like Griselda. I love Griselda, but
Yeah,
that's
acting
what we
was
should
bad.
do. We should.
Mhm.
Did we ever do like a top worst hood movies? We did a worst black movies, worst
When
hood
we did
movies
that,
by rappers and
we
shit.
did What's Black movies. When was that?
Did we do worst hood movie? Yeah, we did because we talked about Caught Up and all that other
I
shit. Like
thought, but did we record it? I know we talked about doing that though.
we did something. We did something about black movies, like hood movies or some shit.
Okay.
Oh man, because
I don't see Sam in here. Sam knows everything we did, so
Cause I said something about 97 to 99 had some of the
Oh,
worst black and hood, some of the worst hood movies and shit. Like it
yeah,
was just a lot of shit from 97, 99. I didn't really.
right.
That was when white people were trying to get into black people, black cinema and shit.
Hold up. So I don't understand, Q. You said not the one that did this song for Eminem, but it was Alchemist. So what? I don't. Yeah. Alchemist did a song on was it Murder Music to Be Murdered By? He did the first one. He did something for
Yeah,
Eminem,
he did that one.
and Alchemist was Eminem's DJ on tour.
Yeah,
Does MTV have any good shows? No, not anymore. Favorite
yeah.
character from The Wood? You always ask us this. I don't know why.
There's always something about the wood.
I don't think The Wood was that great.
See
It was
now,
okay.
now you're now you're tripping.
It was
Nah,
okay. It's not one of my favorite black films. If we on the subject of black films, it's not gonna be on my list for like best black films ever.
is one of the best from 97 to 99 in my opinion. I'll be real. But my only thing about the wood, I wish it would have had more scenes when they were little. I wish it would have done like the movie would have been like scenes when they were little, but at the same time they were getting adult situations,
Right.
had like a coming of age because the back and forth between them as adults and them as kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, them as adults was cool. I like the comedy, but the one where they were kids growing up, I just felt it was more funnier. The
And
funnier people than
they're
that.
making a TV series out of the wood. I told you that like a couple of weeks
Yeah,
ago. Yeah.
because Hollywood is so fucking bankrupt of
They don't know what to do.
creativity.
They don't know what to do.
Hollywood.
uh, what do you think of Black Milk's production? Black Milk is dope.
He's
Definitely.
dope.
He reminds me of Dilla. I like the mixtape he did with Rapper Pooh, the purple tape. Like I think like 2010, 2009. That was dope, and the stuff he did on for his own albums was dope as well. And the random what was it random acts, the Random Acts album with Guilty Simpson and Sean Price, that was fire. Yeah, Black Milk was underrated.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the posthumous Pimp C album? I haven't heard it.
I heard it was good
It
from
was
what
good.
I've heard, but keyword heard.
Where was Ronnie at when we did the conflicted review? We did that like before the summer. You got to go back and watch the review that we did about it.
Uh, so I have to send I
Mm.
sent all my chapters for my thesis, and this nigga still lost one of my chapters and shit.
What? He lost the chapters?
He lost. He said I didn't get one. I was like, no, I sent this nigga, but it gives me time to re-edit it. That way,
Right.
he won't be a fucking dick.
You kept the chapters though, right?
Hell yeah, it's Google
Yeah.
Docs. That's fucking hell yeah. I
Right,
get
right.
that shit.
Oh.
I'm just looking at myself like, nigga, I sent you. This is the thing I told people about.
Hmm.
I tell your motherfucker, I sent this shit, all this shit to this nigga I sent
Yeah.
over these past couple of months. He lost that shit. That's why Google Docs is my best friend at this point.
You was there, so then why you asking us about? Why you telling us about it's on Tubi? It's been on Tubi.
Yeah, that's why they got all the hood movies and shit.
Moonflower asked the same question the last live we did about the Neptunes production. Do they make space R&B? There's no such thing as space R&B. Like their production is just different from everybody else's.
You said space R&B.
That's not a genre.
Who they asking about?
The Neptunes production, that space R&B is not a genre. They had some spacey sounds in their production, but it's not a genre where you can call it space R&B.
Yeah, if you want space R, well, space is kind of R&B. Stick to like your Frank Oceans and shit like that.
Frank Ocean.
I mean, if you
When the
want
last time Frank Ocean dropped anything? He hasn't dropped shit in forever.
my point exactly. But he hasn't dropped shit in the Blonde album. But I'm gonna be. I feel like he's secretly retired and shit. I'm gonna be
Is
real.
he?
I feel
Well,
like he's secretly
I
retired.
know he had his brother passed away or whatever. Maybe he's still grieving that, but He hasn't dropped a damn thing since Blonde.
Yeah, I see your point.
Favorite member of UGK, Bun B is my favorite member.
Pimp C, Pimp C alone, nigga. I mean, I like Bun B, but something tells me Bun B wasn't always holding Pimp C down. That's all I'm gonna say, though. That's all I gotta say on that, cause
Dude.
I don't know, man. I've heard some shit about Bun B over the years, but
Mhm.
I don't want to ruin the UGK. I don't want to. That's
Right.
something I'm about to say on a different video because I don't want to break no bread. Ronnie said Nelly before he had beef with Karis One or after.
I didn't like Nelly. I didn't like Nelly all the way. It don't make a damn difference to me.
Oh shit!
What kind of questions do you be asking, Ronnie? I don't understand this dude. Oh man.
Y'all are funny tonight.
Is there a difference with Nelly before the beef or after? I can't tell.
Yeah.
How about Nelly before birth?
Yo.
I like Nelly before he was born. Oh man. Well, your friend, yo, I found a file online like years ago with like 60 unreleased Frank Ocean songs, all in alphabetical order. So you got like all the songs with that start with A and B, C, D, etc. And I have it on CDs. But so he has unreleased joints if he wants to release it. But maybe he feels like he doesn't want to conform to what the labels tell him, and he's gonna drop whenever he feels like it. But shit, he needs something out now, before people forget about him. You heard Outkast has an unreleased album? Where's it at? Yeah, 60 unreleased albums. I put it all on a blank CD. That was years ago. Like I found that online.
Interesting.
Yeah. So he has unreleased music. It's just he needs to put it out though.
Well, I cannot wait for Halloween. That ass.
Who you playing? You already made up your mind with who you playing?
Yeah, I told you Michael Jackson, The Rock with
Oh
you.
yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
sir.
You did say that. I know. You said you had some other ideas or whatever.
I mean, I was thinking Louis Farrakhan too, but I might
Um,
save that one.
Louis Farrakhan. Wow,
I feel
I
like
can
that
see that.
might cause a lot of controversy, but fuck it.
Where's the Outkast unreleased album? I never heard about that.
Yeah, I never heard about that either.
Q, you making
I'm not
rumors up on here,
surprised
man.
though.
Q, you making rumors up on here, man. QMZ over here and shit. That's what he's doing.
QMZ.
I never heard about no unreleased album from Outkast. It was the album that was supposed to drop after Speaker Box. What album was that? Idlewild? That was the album that came out after Speaker Box.
Well, if it was going to come out, speaking, I kind of explains why Idlewild felt a little rushed, and I felt like they just did that for the label.
I never heard that at all. QMZ is making up rumors over
You'll
here.
you'll put a link on the chat.
You also heard about the unreleased Michael album? What unreleased Michael Jackson album?
Well, Michael Jackson had a lot of unreleased albums, so
Right. Which one?
see
Was it it was you that told me he was dropping a rap album or some shit?
who MJ?
Yeah.
He was planning on dropping a rap album.
That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Michael Jackson doing a rap album?
MJ on the beat.
No. I'm glad that didn't come out. Cruise was good.
That would have been hot.
Today is Makai's birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Makai.
Yeah. I don't see many. I think he turned 20 today, so I never heard about no Outkast album, man. Where you getting your info from? QMZ. Change your name to QMZ. You making up all these rumors.
Y'all funny.
You don't know. You forgot the name. You forgot the name, but you're quick to say that you know for sure they have an unreleased album. DMX, The Great Depression, turned 20 years. Album anniversary. We didn't do a review on that, right?
Not yet.
Okay. That's the only DMX album I don't have.
I
Like
love
the only good DMX album, not Year of the Dog and all that other shit. That's the only good DMX album I don't have yet.
man. I love Great Depression even more than there was X.
Yeah, that was a better album to me. Great Depression was better. Yeah, I like some joints on Then There Was X, but I think that even that album is overrated too.
Yeah, I mean I like and then there was X, but it was like more commercial than before. Like
Yes, yeah. I got tired of that song with Cisco.
same.
Got tired of that song.
I mean I can still listen to Party Up. Don't
Right.
get me wrong,
I don't
but
like Party Up. I don't like that song. I don't like that
I,
song.
What's My Name? Everyone had a
That
What's
was
My
dope.
Name song in 99,
Right.
98. So
Right. Cruz said, "Name one album you can listen to 100 times and it never gets old." Michael
loose
Jackson,
end,
Thriller.
loose end Zagor.
Mm. Did we do the album review for that? I know you mentioned that.
That's both of came, but
Mm.
I told you some motherfucker bit off the vinyl, so I have to get
That's
another
right.
one.
That's right. You did
And
say
that
that.
album's like stupid ass expensive, so I gotta like wait a while before it drops down in price.
Right.
I'm like, how you gonna send me a vinyl? You bit off the fucking shit.
Why? Why did they do that? Like, are they hungry? Like, I don't understand.
They won't do that to the Beatles and shit.
How you biting off part of a record and then you selling it online? I don't understand that.
They won't do that to the Beatles and shit.
It's crazy. Vinyl said Aquemini. Ronnie said Omatic. Yes, all of those albums are great.
Oh, yeah, that review on the Criminal is coming
Yeah.
soon, but just let you know.
Yes.
Cannot
Uh,
wait.
what do you think of Ryan Leslie's song Diamond Girl? I love it.
I don't like Ryan Leslie.
You don't like Ryan Leslie? Underrated artist. Like he's another one that hasn't dropped music in years. I don't know what the hell is going on with him. Definitely underrated. I love his first two albums. The first one and the Transitions album was my favorite. Black Mozart was okay. I thought there was too many collabs on that one though. But his first two albums were like his best to me. But yeah, I want to see him drop some new music. He's a dope ass producer, dope singer.
You know another album that never gets old?
What's that?
True's True album.
Oh, okay. No Limit.
Yes. Southern rap classic.
Somebody he bought you bought the album, right? But it was never delivered. The Loose Ends
So,
album where the guy took a bit out of the vinyl.
yeah, I got the album and I was about to play it, but
Right.
then somebody bit off it.
How do you do that? I don't understand that.
I'm just
Crazy.
like, God damn, were you that hungry? Like,
Oh man, people are crazy, man.
what the fuck is this?
Wild.
No, I'm not home. I'm not home, girl.
Better rap duo Ill and Now Scratch on Nice and Smooth. Come on.
Ill out scratch.
Ill and Now Scratch is better than Nice and Smooth to you? With
Yeah.
one album? With one good album?
Actually, technically, I like the second album.
You like the second album?
I've never really been the biggest Nice and Smooth fan.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
I've only heard like one album, and
Mm.
I wasn't really a big fan of like that whole how can I nice that whole melodic thing.
Right.
I like it, but they were kind of offbeat with it at times. I don't
I
like that.
love it.
Sometimes I rhyme slow like that. I mean,
Love that song. That's like one of my. I think I bought that on cassette single when that came out.
like give me hip hop junk, give me more and more hits. But Ill
That
Out
was fire.
Scratch,
Mhm.
it's like they were hardcore, but they would have that. They carry that melodic tradition that's nice and smooth, but they were more uptown hardcore with it,
Right.
and they had dope production too. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? LG,
Right.
Moby. It's like I can relate to Ill Out Scratch more than nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even get me started on I'll Take Her. Don't even get me started on that.
That was great. That review is coming soon. Ill and Now Scratch.
Yeah, if I can find this fucking album again.
I don't have that album at all. I so many times I passed up on buying that album.
Man, I was like, damn, that's why I missed my old fucking car because I was bumping that fucking shit.
I didn't buy it because I thought they were gonna be one hit wonders when my homies came out. I'm like, I ain't buying this for that one song.
Hell, some one hit wonder albums are actually pretty good.
Like who?
Like a good one hit wonder album.
Mhm.
That Gregory Abbott when he did, the Shake You Down nigga.
Gregory Abbott.
Yeah,
Wow. My
yeah,
mom,
yeah.
my mom had that shit. I never bought that.
Or who else? Another one hit wonder. Who had a good album? See, some Mix-a-Lot's
I never liked some
Daddy
Mix a
album.
Lot. Never cared for some Mix a Lot. I never cared for him. No.
Yeah,
The Zagora is the Zagora album you bought, right?
yeah, but I do have Look How Long. That's the joint from 1990.
Uh,
That one was dope too.
this nigga took a bite out of the vinyl. Like,
But I
how
was
you
mad.
selling that? Yo?
I
How
was
you
mad as
selling that?
fuck, yo. I was looking so hard for that fucking album,
Mm,
and you mean to tell me I finally got the album, and this nigga took a bite off this shit? Are you fucking kidding me?
unbelievable. And he's selling it like that,
They won't treat the Beatles like that. They won't treat Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers like that.
right?
Y'all won't treat fucking Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band like that. Shit.
What do you think about the song he did with Fabulous and Cassie? You talking about
Who?
Ryan Lewis? I don't listen to Cassie, so I don't know what
I
song
don't
is
listen to
that.
both them niggas.
I know Ryan Lewis did a song with Fabulous on the Loso's Way album, but I don't
Yeah,
remember no song he did with Cassie. I would love to hear an album by Stretch from Live Squad, the Dropper album before he died, like the early '90s, because his
I
production is
agree.
crazy. That's why I like Tupac's second album, my favorite.
I agree. Stretch's production. I feel like personally, Stretch was Pac's best producer next to Johnny J.
Yeah. Gregory Abbott, I didn't even listen to that album. Man. I remember the song, but I never listened to the album.
What about Scoobop Bop 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 Bop?
Who the
You
hell is
talking
that?
about Hanson?
Hanson?
Bop 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 Bop
Bop or whatever the fuck it was called.
the fuck is Scoobop Bop 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 Scoobop Bop Bop Bop?
I was reading that shit like, what the fuck is that? I'm not a Hanson fan. I don't listen to Hanson.
Yeah, I'm good on that shit.
The Scatman? Who the hell is the Scatman?
I know Scat. I know that the Scat Man, the black Scat Man dude from Chico and the Man. I know that dude.
Is that who we talking about?
I don't know, man. That's the only Scat Man I know.
What do you think about the Prime? The first one I thought was great. I like the Prime album.
Yeah,
The second
first
one had some
Prime.
joints.
But the first Prime, that's a modern day classic. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
Second one, he had some collabs like that. 2 Chainz I was joint I didn't care for. Strictly for my niggas. Yeah, that's a dope Pac album. Yeah, Sam Smith, Stay With Me, big hit. Definitely enjoyed that album. The Scatman. Who's that? I don't know who that is. There's an artist named the Scatman? Scatman John? I never heard of him.
Scat Man.
Man.
Oh, I got an album recommendation you should listen
Oh,
to.
okay.
You might be surprised, but listen to MC Shan's Born to Be Wild album.
Okay. I thought that's not the first album we talked about, right? From Shane?
Oh no, not that piece of
Not
shit.
that one?
The second one.
Okay.
The
Born to Be
one
Wild.
I call his best album, but everyone wants to go beyond Down by Law. I'm like, okay, fuck it.
What album do you recommend from Massive Attack?
Oh, well. Let me sit down for this one. Hold on. Well, to me, I personally would recommend their first three albums.
Mm,
But if I was to start with one album, surprisingly,
mm,
1994's Protection.
okay.
That's the shit nobody ever fucking talks about. But
Okay.
who asked that question?
No, I'm asking it 'cause I know what was it was Nelly Hooper's from that group, right?
Who?
Nelly Hooper?
I think so. Yeah.
I know Madonna worked with Massive Attack on the Bedtime Stories album.
Yes.
And that anniversary is coming up on Monday. So I was like, well, let me check out some Massive Attack. I love that Bedtime Stories album. So
Yeah, and mind you, both Protection and Bedtime Stories came out in '94.
right,
Yeah. Yeah. To me, that fucking Protection album, I'm gonna be
mm,
real with you. It sounds like an album that you can listen to like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Like the one from '98, I think it's called Kamikaze or whatever that one,
Mm.
Messamine or whatever that one was.
Right.
It was good. I liked that one, but it wasn't touching protection. Blue Lines was cool too, but they
Mm.
were still trying to find their sound. I still love the first 3 albums, and
Mm.
even Tricky's first album too. I would add that in there too.
Yeah. Tricky Stewart.
To me, protection was just
Mm.
perfect.
Okay. And
When I say
Mezzanine.
Mezzanine, yes,
Okay.
that's the one.
Dope.
I love '90s trip hop, and they were one of the main reasons why I like '90s trip hop.
Right. Now Tricky Stewart, he's done a lot of stuff for different artists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my main thing. About to about to do a little rolling up before I go because this conversation just got good. Favorite old school R&B albums?
Mm.
Oh,
One 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 anniversary is today. The Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You.
yes.
Love that album.
If you're talking about old school, I'm gonna definitely talk about one I never really talked about. Aretha Franklin's "Young, Gifted, and Black" album.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Dope album. Definitely. Who else? Shit, the first four from Teddy. That was like his best stuff to me.
Yes.
You know.
Um, hell, I got one. Diana Ross's 1970 debut album.
Mm-hmm. Smokey Robinson, the Quiet Storm album.
Come on,
Love that album.
Barry White's Stone Gone album.
Right. Yes. Great album.
You know what? That group that BJ asked us,
Mm.
why haven't we talked about? We need to talk about them next month.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because I got a few of their albums. I'm like, and we ended up talking about Shaq before.
The Shaq discography.
Like I said, nobody else is gonna do it, so
Yeah. Madonna, I'd rather be a lover or take a bow. Definitely, I'd rather be a lover, but take a bow is like the only ballad on Bedtime Stories. That's like the last track, but
Take
that's
a
a
Bow.
great song. Hmm?
I was gonna go with Take a Bow too.
A great babyface song. A classic ballad by Madonna. We gotta definitely talk about Bedtime Stories.
Yeah, it's coming.
That's a great album, man. What do you think about Slaughterhouse and why did they break up?
Y'all want my honest opinion?
Yep.
I feel like Slaughterhouse was a wasted opportunity. It was like the first album I liked,
Hmm.
but it wasn't the greatest. A lot of people that was like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Right.
The way they broke up alone is messy as hell. I feel like Joe Budden's a piece of but that's all I'm gonna say. Because it was not just Budden, but it was like a
Hmm.
lot of other factors.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk about that one day.
Yeah.
But I've only liked their first album. I don't even think that's a classic album.
Right. It was. They tried to go commercial with that album.
And that's the thing
Hmm.
that pissed me off about the Bad Meets Evil EP.
Yeah.
Y'all wait all the time for Eminem and Royce finally get together.
Hmm.
Next thing y'all doing a song with Bruno Mars and shit. The fuck
Did
out
not
of
like that album. I didn't like that album at all. I
fuck
never
out
bought it.
Bruno Mars.
I never bought it. I'm like, I don't like this Bad Meets Evil album. That wasn't like when they gave us songs like Scary Movies and the Bad Meets Evil from Slim Shady LP. That's the album they should have dropped. They tried to go commercial with the EP and then Bruno. I love Bruno Mars, but I don't think he belonged on that album and the production was off and did not like it.
Right. I'm just like that was just like when who was it? Somebody, it was like a wasted opportunity. It's like you wasted opportunity. You wait till all these years, and
Right.
then y'all, when I finally came out, the label interferes with it. Y'all don't have
Hmm.
the right producers.
Yeah. Because M was like selling millions of records at that time, so
I don't give a fuck.
you know they were like, oh well, we got to sell this record. You know.
Mm.
Yeah. Rhino said Bedtime Stories is Madonna's best album in his
That
opinion.
final
That's her best album.
to
Wow.
me, to me.
That's in my top, maybe top four, top five. I still feel like True Blue is better in like a version.
What the
True Blue is a great album.
True Blue?
That's a great album.
It's a good album. I don't know. I feel like it was her mature album at that point, but next to Erotica and Bedtime Stories, those two albums shits all over True Blue.
Erotica was dope too.
Yeah,
Bedtime Stories is definitely in my top five, like all time, because that's definitely an underrated album. And
yes.
you know, I don't know how the Madonna fans look at that album, because I don't hear nobody
Hate
mention
it.
that album.
They
They hate
hate
it
it.
because she worked with like the hip hop
She worked
producers and stuff.
she worked with the black guy.
Right. And she did that with the Hard Candy album. I thought that was a dope album too, and people slept on that.
Uh,
You didn't like that one?
anything after Ray of Light,
Mm.
I'm good.
Red Light was great too. You know, her 2000 stuff was not so great. Like I like the music album. I know she won like Grammys for that album, and the stuff in between after music I didn't care for. I like Hard Candy and you know Tim and Pharrell is on that. Everything else after Hard Candy I didn't like. If Rebel Heart was too long, it should have been a double album because she had like 25 songs on that. But I do like some tracks on Rebel Heart because she had like vintage Madonna on that album. But everything else, MDNA and the Madam X album was trash. I did not care for those other
Hell,
albums.
low key, I felt like that Confessions album was the closest we ever had to vintage Madonna.
The Confessions album. What was
There's a
it?
Confessions on the Dance Floor. That one.
Oh, that was yeah. I remember that joint.
Because hell, like when you, I would even say the Evita soundtrack vocally,
Evita.
Evita, yes,
I never heard the soundtrack for that. Was it like all ballads and stuff?
it was like operatic kind of music. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I saw the movie. I remember seeing the movie. I never heard the soundtrack.
Yeah, man. Like it's like with the same thing with the beat. I like Madonna's earlier shit, but I'm more
Mm.
of an 82, 89 to 98 guy when it comes to
Right.
Madonna.
And I think when she had did the Bedtime Stories album, she had gotten the role for Evita. That's why she didn't go. She didn't do a world tour for Bedtime Stories.
That's right. Because
Yeah.
at that time too, she was still reeling after the bad publicity of the sex
Hmm.
book, and
Yeah.
then with the sex with the erotica album
Hmm.
and stuff like that too. And she was kind of going through a lot
Yeah.
at that time. And a lot of people said that her career was over
Right.
and shit too. So
And that was Bedtime Stories was the last album she did before she got pregnant
yes,
with Lourdes, and then she came out real light after she had Lourdes.
yeah, man. Ray of Light, that album.
Yeah. That's a great. I need to get that too. That was a great album.
Same. I had
I passed up on that so many times in the stores too.
I had an opportunity to get it, but it was like
Mm.
$40 something. I was just like, mm.
Yeah.
But you know what? One Madonna album minus her debut that I liked from the early period.
Mhm.
It was this. It was the one she dropped. You said like a version. It was something. It was a soundtrack. The Dick Tracy.
Oh,
version.
Breathless.
Yes.
Yes, I had that on cassette, but you know what happened when I bought it? I'm thinking it's gonna be all like dance music, but because she played Breathless Mahoney in the movie and she was doing all these like 50s ballads, every song on there is like a ballad from the 50s, and the one fast song was Vogue that they save at the end, and I didn't like the soundtrack.
That was smart how they marketed it as
Right,
soundtrack because I think months later the Immaculate Collection came out.
right, yes, that was a greatest hits.
I need that compilation
Yes,
too.
that was great. You know,
But yeah,
and I didn't like that. I was disappointed with that soundtrack.
yeah, it kind of reminded me of U2's Rattling Rum a little bit
Mm. Uh,
because of how stylistic difference it was compared to like the other shit.
right.
But yeah, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna answer one more people. Ronnie said the Beatles got to get you into my life, or Rick James, Mary Jane. Oh,
Oh,
Mary Jane.
yes, definitely.
To be
Great
honest,
record.
if you would have said the Earth, Wind, and Fire version, then that might be something different because I
Right.
kind of prefer that version over the Beatles.
Facts.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna call it a day because I have to handle a few errands this evening.
All right.
But this has been fun as fuck.
Yeah.
I do apologize for not giving y'all a consistent time
It's all good.
and stuff like that.
I
But,
overslept. So
I mean, like I said, when you say allergy medicine, I was like, yeah, we
yeah.
can just wait till tonight if you still drowsy.
Right.
And shit. I understand
Right.
y'all
Right.
medicine.
It's all good.
But yeah. So Sunday,
Yes.
might going to talk about the Renegades album.
Yeah.
I was thinking of pushing that to 10 o'clock, but
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at 11 o'clock for now.
Right.
If I do move it up early, it's gonna be 10:30. If I do move it up early, because
Okay.
I get off work at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and I don't know if I'm gonna do some Ubering after or not.
Right.
Then the Batman week is gonna be
Hmm.
this upcoming week,
That's
and in
gonna be
case y'all
great.
don't know, we're gonna do the Batman movies from '89 to '97. Monday, Tuesday, we're gonna talk about Batman the animated series, his favorite episodes. It's like an appreciation video to
Yeah.
chill out and shit.
Hmm.
Wednesday, oh, it's the reviews, the Batman Prince review
Yes.
and the Batman Forever review.
Dope.
Thursday is the Nolan movies. And
Side eye.
yeah, then we're gonna do some pre-recordings like of the
Hmm.
Joker movie, which
Yeah.
I might. I don't know what day I'm going to pre-record Joker. I'm gonna let you know by tomorrow
Okay.
finally. And then the AZ's Do or Die 2.
Nice.
Ooh, that might be Friday night, maybe.
That's we gonna record that or just gonna be live for that?
Let me see how I feel because I really wanted just to have
Hmm.
a live, every live video. This would be Batman related.
Right.
But if I see, let me see how my StreamYard account is and stuff like that too. And then
Okay.
I'll let you know because
Cool.
I'm already caught up in my limit, one of my accounts and shit.
Right. Great
But
week
yeah,
coming
man, I
up, man.
really cannot wait for this week and shit because
Yeah.
as I can see, I still got my
Yes.
collection of
Classics.
shit.
Classics.
I just found out that they got all these movies on HBO Max and stuff too.
Hmm.
Not
Yeah.
surprised about, but
Yeah.
yeah, the Nolan movies.
Hmm.
I'm not really gonna be enthusiastic like that, but
Right.
you know what? I don't give a fuck because I'm just gonna be real. When it comes to like the 2008 The Dark Knight movie,
Hmm.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I feel like that's overrated. Heath Ledger's role is overrated as a Joker, but I'm gonna save that for right now. But yeah, man, this has been fun as hell. I'm definitely going to keep y'all updated tonight because I still got to finish up the Wendy Williams beef episode, which
Right.
hopefully by tomorrow night I will have it uploaded. Hopefully,
All
if
right.
not, then Tuesday.
Oh.
Because I know a lot of people want to see Wendy Williams, but I just find it ironic how again she's in the hospital with all this
Hmm.
bullshit right now, and then
Hmm.
the beef episode kind of
Right. Crazy.
wow. Okay,
And we don't plan it. We don't plan it like this. It just happens. So.
it just happens like the whole like when we
Yeah.
talk about the Crow.
Right.
Then next thing you know, Alec Baldwin was playing
Weird.
with guns and shit, kill somebody.
It's the ghost of Brandon Lee. It has. He came back.
I'm just like I just find all of this kind of ironic and shit though. But okay,
Crazy. Who was
yeah.
Gary Coleman? Gary Coleman is the little black dude that played Arnold on Different Strokes back in the 80s.
But who asked who was Gary Coleman?
Moonflower?
Yeah, if you heard that catchphrase, what you talking about, Willie?
Right. Right.
He was the one that originated that.
Doing Madonna discography?
Y'all better
Shit,
donate. Shit,
she got a lot of fucking albums, yo.
y'all better donate to the channel.
You know what I'm saying? She got a
I'm,
lot of fucking albums.
I'm not trying to revisit all them albums and shit.
Yeah. That might be next year.
Yeah. But anyway, other than that, I hope everyone has
Yeah.
a good night. I'll see you later. Try to hit you up.
Alright.
Peace.
Peace.